a story, okay? Okay, excuse me. Let's read The Pink Umbrella
The Pink Umbrella
by Amelie Callot and Genevieve Godbout. Okay. The Pink Umbrella. Adele makes bouquets with flowers that Lucas, the grocer from the nearest town, brings her. She places them on the tables of her cafe. The polka dot apron. The bouquets are pretty and they smell nice. Lucas brings Adele flowers twice a week. On Wednesdays, he sets up a stall with fresh fruits and vegetables in the cafe so the villagers can restock their pantries.
What is pantries?
That's where people keep their food.
What is food?
It's what you eat in your tummy. On Sundays, he comes just so that Adele can make her new bouquets. Lucas is very reliable, and he always takes off his cap when he comes into the cafe. 1 rose, 1 daisy, 1 tulip. Perfect. Adele is satisfied. She smooths the apron she wears every day and tucks a rosebud in her upswept hair. Those little details make her regular customers love coming to the polka dot apron. And Adele loves her regulars. The polka dot apron is not just a cafe. On Wednesdays, it's a market. On Saturdays, it's a cinema. Sometimes during the week, there are even parties in the evenings. On Sundays, it's closed. That is, it's only open to regulars. But nearly everyone who comes to the cafe is a regular, and the door is never closed to strangers, so it's really open every day of the year. The cafe stands in the midst of a small group of houses that faces the wind, looking out into the ocean.
What's that?
It's the ocean. The coast is rugged, but the land is gentle, covered in tall grasses blown flat by the sea air.
What is sea air?
It's the air that comes from the sea. Aside from the residents of the village, there is very little here in this wild landscape. For the villagers, the cafe is a refuge. A small lantern always lit as shadows. It's where everyone meets, where they cry, laugh, yell, argue, and love. The cafe is the heart of the village.
What's that?
It's an open door. And Adele is the heart of the cafe. She is the village's sun, lively, sweet, and sparkling. She is known for gathering people together, and wherever she closes the shop to go down to the beach or take a walk, she always finds a customer patiently waiting for her return. That's a cat on a piano. She asked Lucas to make her a bench for the front of the cafe for the regulars to sit. Lucas can do a little bit of everything, and he does it well, and he looks out for Adele.
Where's the pink umbrella?
It's coming. The thing everyone knows about Adele is that she doesn't like the rain. When the weather is nice, she smiles, she whistles, and she sings at the top of her lungs. She throws open the windows and props open the door. Sometimes she leaves the cafe.
Look at this.
She's running for an hour of freedom. She doesn't stay long, but she loves the wind outdoors. But when it rains, Adele stays inside. She can't help it. She loses her spirit. The rain is gray, cold, and damp. Fewer regulars make the trip to the cafe to say hello. And what's more, the rain dirties up her floors. You can say anything. Argue as hard as you can, but it won't make a bit of difference. What's that?
Oh, look.
The cat?
The cat is scaring him.
Yeah, the cat's scaring her. Adele will not stick even the tip of her nose outside. Sometimes she shuts the cafe down, rolls up in her quilt, and waits for the sun to come out. She's going to get stuck in the rain. One Wednesday, on a market day, there was a crowd in the cafe. Customers pressed together. They jostled, huddled, and swarmed. One asked for orange juice, one for a melon. Adele was in heaven. She adored the mood on market day. She asked for news from the smallest child and from their great aunt Amy. She never forgets anyone. At closing time, Adele took her shoes off to sweep and clean their cafe.
What's that?
There wasn't much to do. Lucas never left without helping out. Those are pink boots. And then that's when she found, under the coat rack, a pair of boots. That's right. Who would leave worn boots on such a beautiful day and left without them? They were such pretty pink rubber boots.
These are rain boots.
The owner must have had small feet because they fit Adele perfectly. And she looked at them from every angle and discovered a sun carved in each sole. Well, she said to herself, at least it won't be difficult to find out who owns a pack of these small pink boots with the suns carved into the soles. But for tonight, I'll just set them behind the counter. For the rest of the week, Adele asked her customers. None of them knew who had the boots, and no one could guess who they really belonged to.
Oh.
Except maybe to Adele, suggested Emma, the dressmaker, to Thomas, the mechanic, over a cup of steaming tea. Emma also loved pink, but she had big feet. Wednesday came again, and sunny and warm for a week before.
What's that?
That's cakes. Lucas returned as well to set up his stall. And of course, customers rushed to get in line. Adele had not thought of the mystery boots all day, and she was too busy to slow down. That evening time, closing, she looked and found a pink raincoat hanging on the coat rack in the hallway. Wow, that's strange, said Adele. She certainly hadn't seen anyone with it, and who would have a raincoat on such a warm day? She took the raincoat off the rack, studied it more closely, and slipped it on, an exact fit. Adele thought it was very well made and looked nice too. And with the belt, it really was perfect, she said to herself, looking in the mirror. Wow, my light went out. Adele didn't stop wondering about the boots and coat. She examined the mystery from all sides, and only one solution. This time, she was sure it couldn't have been an accident. If the boots and coat fit her so well, it was because they were for her. She didn't mention anything discovery, but next Wednesday she didn't take her eyes off that coat rack. It wasn't hard, the weather was bad, and there was no customers. Then in the middle of the afternoon, Lucas announced that he was going to close his stall early. The rain hadn't stopped falling, and practically no one had shown up. Adele was gloomy. Nothing would happen today. Nothing ever happened on a gray day. She helped Lucas pack up his fruit and vegetables. Then the grocer got into his truck, and she waved to him from the doorway. The kitten's waiting for her to go outside from the doorway so she wouldn't get wet. When the truck does her review, Adele turned around to close the cafe, roll herself up in her quilt, and wait for the sun to take the place of the clouds when she stopped short, stunned. There was a pink umbrella with polka dots on the coat rack.
He got to get it.
Only one person could have left it there. Adele smiled because the day was done, because she was wanted to, because opening an umbrella inside is bad luck. Adele put on the boots and the raincoat, went to the doorstep and opened the umbrella and went outside. She only one step to take, and she took it with joy. She turned the key in the lock and went for a walk in the rain. It really wasn't so bad. The air smelled wonderfully of damp grass, and the rain played a pretty melody as it fell on the umbrella. The wind was fresh, the drops slid off the leaves, and the snails were out. Adele followed her own path, her boots in the mud, her nose in the flowers, and a smile on her lips. And there, beside the road, she saw Lucas's truck. Lucas looked soaked. His truck was stuck in the mud. Lucas shrugged. I won't get out. I can't get out. I'll have to wait till the sun he said, discouraged. With a small smile, he added, "Oh, you have a pretty umbrella." Adele blushed. "Why not come and wait in the cafe? We'll have to walk, but there's room for two under the umbrella." And so they went. On the way, the storm ended, but neither of the two friends seemed to notice. They were so happy walking close together under the umbrella to keep dry. They didn't even see that the footsteps left four small, shining suns in the soft, wet ground. The end. Thank you for reading that story with me.